Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Invader, and he's in the Lightning, a tier 8 British destroyer. He's on the map Neighbors in a 3-point domination game, and this is a tier 9 battle, but its matchmaking is a bit weird, because we have one friendly tier 8 destroyer and 2 enemy tier 7 destroyers. Now this used to happen a lot years ago until they changed the matchmaker to kind of just mirror the classes and the tiers. And I'm not sure why this can still happen. It may be just to make people aware of how much the matchmaking used to suck. I don't know. I mean, the problem is, right, this is a domination game with 3 camp zones, and the friendly team has 1 basically ship to go camping and the enemy has 2, which is a significant advantage. And the friendly destroyer being tier 8 and the enemy's tier 7 doesn't make much of a difference when it comes to securing camp points. Now, of course, there's a carrier, which would change the equation. Thankfully, the enemy carrier isn't going for the Lightning here. I mean, the Lightning is camping, so it's not like it was a secret at any point where he was, but the enemy carrier didn't care, so it's good news so far. Now we have a massive friendly lemming train going towards the sea camp. We have a York trying to suicide, which is probably going to be successful, and we have a Miyoko who is trying to do the same. You can't just be in the center here and think you're going to survive, right? I mean, there is no cover. Basically every enemy ship can shoot you. You're probably detected. I mean, I don't know if the Moke is currently detected. If he fires, he is, and if he isn't, then what's the point of being there? And I mean, this York, he basically, I don't know, may beached himself in front of the entire enemy team. But anyway, the friendlies have a cap, so that's good. Interestingly enough, the enemies don't. Like, they could just, like the Akatsuki could have taken A if he wanted to. So far he didn't. At the sea side, well, the friendly force is just overwhelming, so the enemy might just be in full speed. Now Invader keeps the Akatsuki spotted. Now if there were friendly ships nearby paying attention, it might also be an idea to just, like, if you target an enemy ship and press F3, it says this basically makes the team aware of a target that they should fire at. It doesn't mean that the friendly team will actually fire at a target, but it's worth a try. The friendlies just aren't that close, so it's a bit of a shame that nobody shot the enemy. And well, Vader got a few hits in and now he's springing smoke. I'm not sure if it was worth the risk. Like, look how many enemy ships there are, and basically every enemy ship has shots at Invader here. And all of those ships down there at A probably don't have shots at anything else, so... or at least not good shots. So the chance that at least 6 ships are shooting at you the moment you get detected here are rather likely. Which means getting a little bit of damage in the enemy Akatsuki might not be worth it. But it worked out. It worked out. Now also keep in mind that he's alone here, right? The enemy team, nothing is stopping the enemy team from pushing me. I mean, the smoke is also running out pretty soon. If the enemy carrier was paying attention and was hovering here when the smoke, like, disappears, then he... But it looks like enemy carrier is not paying attention. The enemy Akatsuki is rushing though, so... going here for some torps. Honestly, in this situation, I would just go small spread. The thing is, this takes way too long, right? You could have been firing your guns all of this time. And I don't think that it vastly increases your chance of getting a torp hit if you just had used too small spread. But you know, it worked. And now he is using his smoke to disappear, so that was lovely. Now, of course, the enemy is camping B. Probably the Whiskovic is camping B. I mean, the friendly carrier could just try to interrupt it, but the friendly carrier is busy doing... well, I don't know what. Like, what's he looking to attack down there? Is he going after Lexington? Is it... I don't know, is he trying to bomb something on the shore? Like, I mean, maybe he's confused what game he's playing. There are no targets to bomb on land here, right? Sorry to inform you. So anyway, while the carrier is trying to explore new things, the enemy team is pushing into B. Now they've captured B, we have a friendly force here who could potentially push and try to take B back, which is what they're hopefully doing. Now keep in mind that we have one Friedrich der Große who is actually kind of aggressive, and we have one Friedrich der Große who is furthest away from the battle, except maybe the carrier. Which is a shame, because this is a tier 9 game, you know? is one of the biggest, baddest ships around here. Brawling battleship, not very good accuracy at range, pretty good at brawling, and he is basically throwing all the potential away by being so far behind. And keep in mind that the sea cap was never in any doubt for the friendlies, right? There weren't any targets to fight up in this corner. There's literally no reason for the Friedrich to be here. But be that as it may. Invader has more troops going for the tier pits, and it looks like he likes his single spread here, which, if the tier pits isn't moving, is going to be very exciting. I mean, obviously the pit is moving. I mean, if he isn't changing his course or speed, and it looks like he didn't. So that's going to be a lot of torpedo hits. Now, when it comes to a single launch versus small spread against a target like the tier pits here or the Scharnhorst, it's like if you go single spread, it's oftentimes like an all or nothing gamble. Like if the enemy for some reason just slows down a bit or anyway, then all of your torpedoes are most likely to miss. If you go with 2 small spreads or so, then the chance is much higher that you get at least 1 torpedo hit, but the chance that you get devastating strike might be smaller because obviously if they are not all at one point, they might avoid some of their troops. Anyway, so Invader is waiting for his troops to reload and he's trying to go after the Scharnhorst next. He could have also just grabbed A. I think I personally would have tried to grab A and then come back to torpedo. But I guess this Scharnhorst is a rather tempting target right now. And taking care of an enemy will help. So, troops are on the way, and, well, Invader is on the way towards A now. The enemy team is pushing rather heavily, and the friendly team... Well, I guess we still have forces to defend the sea cap at least. So, there are 2 Donskoys, and Raider will be rather valuable during a cyclone. Look at those troops. I think the Scharnhorst didn't even try to do anything there. And again, I mean, once you see such a single spread coming towards you, I don't think there's much you can do. So the Scharnhorst has been taken care of, which is rather lovely. Now, I would like to see the Friedrich and the Scharnhorst turn to intercept the Georgia, especially in this cyclone. I mean, there is no point in the way they are going right now. They are just waiting for all the enemies to box them in once more, it looks like. If they just tried to take out those 2 ships, I feel like that would have worked rather nicely. So anyway, let me speed this up a little bit because, well, Invader is simply just going towards the cap and, well, taking it, which is very important, but not that exciting, I guess. So, still looking okay ship-wise. The friendlies have fallen a bit behind points-wise, but I hope they can at least defend the sea cap. Meanwhile, Invader is able to take A. And okay, we have found a tier pits. Now, not sure what the tier pits is doing. Coming this way, I guess he's busy with the Donskoy. So, Invader pops his smoke screen, and there is a lovely fire. Now, what you can do with an enemy ship pushing you like this is use 1 spread early and keep the other one until the enemy gets close. Now, he's using his Hydro. Tier pits has torpedoes, so that should help. It's always a little bit embarrassing if you get torped by a battleship in your destroyer, isn't it? And yeah, perfectly. He uses 1 torpedo launch here. And now he has 1 in reserve, so if that one misses, he can hopefully make the other one count, although it's not looking too bad. So is this going to be enough? It's 1 torp hit, and it's not, but there are 2 fires, and it doesn't seem to be a damage clone. So yeah, that's enough. Now, unfortunately, meanwhile, the remainder of the friendly team has utterly devastated. Well, there is still the carrier, I suppose. So we will see. And the carrier, for example, defend the sea cap. That would be rather lovely, because the friendlies will need the points. There is 7 minutes left, so still quite a bit of time. I mean, the carriers will play a crucial role in taking care of the destroyers right now for both sides. So, Invader is trying to grab B, if like the carrier isn't even trying to defend C, which is just such a shame. And, well, there is a Chopard incoming. Going for the single spread again. I'm not very hopeful that this Chopard, like, I mean, look, the Chopard is currently maneuvering. I would just at least follow it up with another small spread here, I suppose. Well, I guess the second launcher is still reloading anyway. Like, I just go back to... Well, I guess he's spacing them out a little. And Invader has left the camp. I mean, the Chopard is going to contest this anyway. I mean, by leaving the cap, at least it doesn't make it obvious anymore where he is. Although contesting the cap might have been rather helpful. Oh, look at that. The friendly carrier is actually going after Briskovic. He just waited long enough for the enemy to camp. Although, I think the carrier sunk one ship. Yeah, so that's nice. And there is a torpedo. Now this is going to be tricky because the friendlies don't have the camps. There's a Chopard inside the B-cap. The enemy carrier is surely going after our lightning now. He kind of needs his torpedoes to sink the Chopard and then hunt down the carrier with the enemy's help. Still has some smoke screens left. The friendlies, they need a camp, right? And there comes the enemy carrier. No, I mean, it's kind of makes sense that the enemy carrier is looking in this direction, I guess.
Дымогенератор запущен.
So Invader uses his smoke to survive a potential carrier strike. The problem is, right, the carrier has no other targets other than the Shukaku. Shukaku is not a very good carrier target. So the carrier should just hover over the smoke screen and wait for it to disappear, which means as soon as Invader leaves, he's going to get plane spotted, and that's an issue. Now, if he stays inside his smoke screen, well, his hope could be that the Chopard gets close enough that he can make sure those torpedoes hit.
До конца боя осталось 5 минут.
No, don't. That's a mistake. Don't launch right now. You have no idea where the enemy is. And the smoke is about to collapse, right? Launch afterwards, when you see them. Now he leaves, and for some reason the carrier is not here anymore, which makes no sense. But the enemy battleship is too close. Now, if he had torpedoes right now, he could launch them against the Chopard, which would have... I mean, there was a potential to get a good hit in. Now the friendly carrier is helping with the destroyer. 10 seconds till a smoke screen. If he can survive another 10 seconds, maybe he could do... No, he can't. But, you know, he got the Briskovic.
Противника уничтожен.
So also, like, it looks like this Chopard even sailed in a straight line. So if he had just had a torpedo launch left, maybe he could have done it. Then again, I doubt it would have led to a win because the carrier is too far away to take camps. So yeah, it's unfortunately a defeat. And that brings us to the results. 2063 base experience in a defeat. That's a lot of experience, you know. Only one enemy ship in the winning team got more experience. Oh my. Invader earned himself a devastating strike and a high caliber, scoring almost 200,000 points of damage. And sad that it ended this way, but you can't win them all, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys next time.